Zack Gelof, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
It is great to see you. I told you a long time ago we were going to want to check in here in the off season. We're down here at Fitch Park at Fantasy Camp, Ace Fantasy Camp. We just talked to your teammates. We just talked to Nick Allen. We just talked to Ryan Noda. And great to see you. And I know you got to feel just like they are. They can't wait to get back here to Arizona and get it going.
Man, yeah, I'm right there with them. I can't wait to, get with the guys and, get right to work.
When we think about the last time we saw you, just tell us what it was like the first couple weeks when you went back home to think about what your first time in the big leagues, what it was like. What were your thoughts?
My thoughts was it's a blast and I want to be here for a long time and I want to win. And I think just getting the taste of that, being around some really great teammates along the way, having a good coaching staff. And I think, getting a taste of it was awesome. But, I think like myself, I think we're all just really hungry for more. And that's what we're going to, try to do this year. So
I love to hear that because we heard that from Nick. We've heard that from Ryan. You get the sense from the front office that you guys were happy to be here, but you weren't happy with the way the losing was. And I know from covering the team, like it's harsh. It's tough to lose like that. But you guys, there's going to be a little bit more of a sense of a pride, I guess, coming into the spring training that you do not want to go through another year like that.
100%. And, I wasn't up the whole year, obviously, but I think we, started to turn around right after All-Star break. And, we have a great group of guys and, we put the work in. I think we have really good, approaches on the field and off the field. And we all genuinely like each other too. So I think, we're all in this together and, no one's going to come save us. I think we got the right group of guys in the clubhouse and we're just going to, do our best and get after it every day.
How much are you communicating with guys in the off season?
Every few weeks, probably just text someone random and just say like maybe send a video or something. I stay in touch with a lot of the guys, but it's more just excitement and can't really contain it. So I'll text one of them and just say, hey man, like, are you feeling what I'm feeling? Are you ready to go? And everyone's on the same page. So it's, it's exciting.
What did you want to work on? What have you been doing? What's been happening for you this off season?
I think the off season is crucial because taking care of your body is, I think, the most important. So in the weight room, eating well, sleeping well is something that I took priority over, along with the baseball side now, getting closer to spring training. So making sure I'm doing running and a lot of baseball stuff, doing machine work and all that stuff. So I think just ultimately just taking care of my body, try to get bigger, faster, stronger. And, the ultimate goal is just to stay on the field.
It's so interesting when you hear guys like yourself talk about you get to the big league level, you're playing every single day. Obviously, the pressure is far more greater because now you're just not playing for yourself to try and get up to the big leagues. Now you're playing for a team, a franchise, and everything. Just the amount of rest and learning how to take care of your body. How much more now would you say you're in tune with your body and what you need to do to be ready versus what you were a few years ago?
Yeah, that's huge. I think, when I first got drafted in 2021, I went into the offseason not really knowing what I needed to do. And then, I played a full season in 22. And then, I think every offseason since then, I think I've gotten really much better at honing in on my craft, what I feel like I need to do to stay ready and get ready for a long season because, the goal is to play 162. And if we're fortunate enough, we want to play, 162 plus, play in the playoffs, and you got to be at your best at the end of the year. So, that's huge. But I think just every year that I've been in pro ball and even going back to college, I think I just know that much more about my body and what it takes to, keep it ready.
Every single spring training is different for every single guy. Some guys are, just trying to, I think where you just wanted to showcase yourself to the front office to every single year trying to say, I'm closer or I'm ready. This is a different spring training for you. So have you thought about how the goals and what you want to accomplish in spring training will be different than from years past?
Yeah, I think you always got to go into spring training knowing that you got to go out there and win a job. Nothing's a given going into the spring, especially with with our group where we're at. And, that's going to be how I approach the spring is I'm going to come in, be ready to go, and kind of just rely on Cots to kind of pull me back in, because I don't want to be, saying like, oh, I want to play a few innings here and there. I want to be, going out there ready to play and trying to be playing every day the best of my ability. So that's the same approach that I'm going to go in with it.
Now, what was maybe one or two things that you look back and you think about the season, you go, God, I wish I would have done that differently, or I would approach this in a different way? Can you give us maybe one or two that you look back in the off season that you went, man, when I have that opportunity again, I'm going to do it differently?
I think at the beginning, playing in the WBC, I think looking back, I would have gotten a hit. I'm still hitless in the WBC experience, but me, I look back and I don't have any regrets. I think it's all part of the process and part of the journey. So I look back and I don't regret anything, because I think if I did something wrong or if something didn't go my way, I learned from it. And that's how I'm going to continue to live my life.
I like that. I like that. What are the fun things you've done away from baseball? Has there been anything good that you've had going on this off season?
Yeah, actually, I just got back from Disney World with my family. Got to take the family there and grandparents. So that was the birthday present from me and my brother to my mom. So, we went to a few parks and had some fun.
That's odd, because all of us out here are used to Disneyland, California, which is way smaller. Disney World is like, I've never been there. I've stayed near there for some conventions. Disney World is like, you can't do it all like in a week, right? It's like massive.
Yeah, there's so many parks. I mean, we only went to Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, and that was 3 days. It was 2 days, but we did 3 parks, and it was a lot. But yeah, I think to get it all in, you definitely have to be here for more than just 2 days. But yeah, it was a blast, and still got the lifts in. A little gritty in the small hotel. I think it was it wasn't the best gym, but we still got it in.
How's your brother doing?
He's doing great. I think it's good for him to have me, and just me to have him as well, of just having that training partner and getting after it every day through the ups and downs, and just on our way to the top.
When you think about your relationship with Nick Allen and what you've just learned as an up the middle, just talk about that transition, the relationship with Nick, and just for you learning second base and getting better at second base, when we always thought you were going to be a third baseman, could be a big shortstop third baseman, but second base. Just talk about that transition and just your communication and relationship with Nick Allen.
Nick is the man. Ever since I got drafted, ever since I met him, he's been, nothing but professional and super energetic and awesome. And the one thing I took from it is this is how I've been in the past few years, is that whoever's the best at what they do, I try to gravitate towards them and try to compete at what they do. So from the beginning, it was always Nicky Pickett, the best hands, super smooth. I've never seen anyone as smooth as him. So I try to be around him as much as possible and try to, compete with him and try to get better.
This offseason, a lot of the stuff that they talk about the future of the A's, and they talk about, certain when we're not talking about ballpark and relocation, that kind of stuff, when we're just focused on baseball, a lot is about you. How do you like that? How do you like that spotlight? Have you enjoyed it?
I don't feel much of a spotlight. I think it was a tough season, and I think you got to pull some positives. And, obviously me coming up, I had a pretty good first few games. So yeah, I mean, that's cool. But I think the ultimate goal is just winning. I want to win, and, I want to be part of it. So I don't feel the spotlight at all. But, I just want to be, in spring training right now and just, getting after it, put the work in, and, ultimately just go out there and compete.
I love what I'm hearing from you and from Ryan, and also from Nick today. Everybody's saying the same thing. I keep hearing winning. I keep hearing want to win. You guys are putting it out in the universe. You guys are putting it out like, we want to win. Last year only winning 50 games was pretty harsh. It was tough. But there's like expectations. If you can we'll let you go on that. Just talk about how you guys have expectations, even though there's a lot of people that don't have those same expectations for you. You guys expect to come here this season, not 2 seasons, not 3 seasons. You expect this season to win.
Yeah, of course. And I think the big thing is just being a winning baseball player and being a winner in general. I think, you know, a lot of the wins in the season are won in spring training and just every day in the off season too. So I think part of being a winning player is just showing up, putting in the work, being super competitive, and bring people with you. And I think, you know, that's going to be the mentality in spring training, is just us showing up, getting after it every day, and try to be winners that day, and just keep stacking days up, and then see where we stand at the end of the year.
Yeah, just one more. What's like a main goal you're going to have when you get here, whether it's yourself, defense, offense? What's a main goal, something you're really going to want to work on and accomplish at spring training?
I think just keep building on what I've done, and just my routines, and sticking to it. I think, you know, being on the field is super important. That's the only way you can, you know, add to the team. So for me, it's just going to be keep building on the routines that I think I found that worked well for me last year. Keep building on them, and, you know, staying super competitive, and try to have that winning, you know, baseball player mentality every day.
Well, I'm just checking my phone because I can see it here on Instagram. I'm just looking at the camera. You look good. Can't wait to see you. It's going to be fantastic. Just being down here just inspires you, kind of gets you ready for spring training. So be well, be good, and we'll see you at Ho Ho Cam once spring training starts.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it.